All right, guys, welcome back to the Alliance Duel. Something really big has just happened. Um, what we encountered right away was the fact that these guys had coordinated in the past, and they attacked in and really sort of uh, bullied Harkold here in the middle. And I'm not even mad about that because I feel like that's what early aggression that is coordinated can do. So what happened was France and Great Britain took it over, and then Austria-Hungary, I think, took a couple territories, sort of as collateral uh, compensation, so to speak. So here's what happened with me: is finally, one of my AI turned friendly to me. I have been waiting. I swear to God, if this AI over here, Romania, had gotten friendly with me earlier, I had a big stack waiting. Big stack. But he never did. So what I have is 11 cavalry, which is a nice little strike force, a little fast little strike force. The reason they're over here is that I've been watching as they gather troops here. So there's a lot of troops here, probably 70 or 80 is what I'm thinking. And they're going to make an attack into here, into this territory over here. When they do, I'm going to run these guys in behind that attack and see what mischief I can wreak. So we'll see about that. But then over here, I had this built up to a level 2 fort. You'll notice it's not level 2 anymore because of spies. So across our nation, we have been reporting that spies have been causing disruptions in our defenses, economy, and so forth. Now, again, I learned early on not to compare your own play to other people's play. But a spy is 20,000 silver. You'll notice I have never had 20,000 silver this whole game because I'm building up forts and, barracks, and I've been churning out you've seen I've churned out the cavalry here. And I just have not had 20,000, let alone multiples of 20,000 to spend in this game. So again, this is my call to Bytro, is please make us a gold mark free game, because our opponents are probably playing without gold marks, but we don't know that, and we can never know that. And so it's always like a poison thorn that will always irritate us and will always be in the back of our minds, because I have to admit, he knocked my so down here, let's just talk about this engagement down here. So down here, you can see they're about to take this from Italy, right? And you can see a half of fortress. But no, that was a level 2 fortress. So it got knocked down a level and a half, which means several spies, 20,000 silver each. And here's the thing, they did take Harkold early. So that leaves them with more, more income, more opportunities, So again, I'm not going to accuse anybody, but it's like, I wish they would just make a game where you could not use gold marks, where it was just impossible. Because it's weird when mine gets knocked down from a 2 to a level. Mine actually got knocked down from a level 2 to a 1.5, right? So I'm building it back to a level 2. His got knocked down from a level 2 to a 0.5. It got knocked down 1.5 levels. And so, I'm not saying it couldn't have happened. It could have happened. But let's look at what's really happening in the real world. Not any kind of, supposition or guesswork. Here's what happened. So Poland finally went blue for me. And so the first thing I did was send down 16 guys to hit the backcountry of Austria. And he didn't see me coming. So I have now officially taken Krakow, which originally was Poland, I think, but is now part of Austria-Hungary. I might be wrong about that, but it doesn't matter. I've taken Krakow here. Ooh. Yeah, I'm leaving with everything. Okay, the 3 will stay here. That's good. Yep, 3 will stay here to repress a rebellion to whatever extent they can. But I'm loving this because at the same time as he was doing that, he was coming up trying to do a sneak attack on me. But as I was coming down and over, I saw his men. And so what I did was I moved up from this group of people up into here, and I was moving my guys up to here. But then I noticed, you can't see anymore, but this is just one guy right here. This is one guy right here. So obviously what he did was he saw my thrust into his homeland, and he turned those around and started bringing those back. So this is fun. What I'm doing is I'm taking 3 to this territory. I'm hoping nobody's there. And I'm taking 10 and making a rush for his capital. Now, let me just tell you what happened in Krakow. I took his level 1 fort for free. For free. There was no one in there. This horse was trying to run back to stop me, but he turned around in time to not die against the fort. So good play on his behalf. But I love it. He has a big stack over here waiting to attack over here, and I'm ready for it. And then this is where most of Austria-Hungary's force went, over to here. Look at this. He's got like 50, 80, and he probably attacked him with 100 plus into this Italy stack here. And it was really, really fortunate for Italy that over here we had Morocco involved. So Popcat was involved as well down here. So he had some men up there to defend, and that was really pivotal in that defense. Now, that may still fall, but if I can take the capital here, oh, that's big. So this is the first big breakthrough we've had, in fact, in terms of taking territory. Now, something else over here. We noticed this is a weird-ass map. So as I came around from here, I noticed this territory is not at the crossroads. It's off to the side. So what I did with my 12 men, instead of attacking up into this fort, is I'm now attacking randomly into Sweden's homeland. So 2 of these 1-1 territory, he's got to make some choices. He's got to run some guys back, in other words. Now, you can tell he is making an attack into here. But I do have the men. Oh, I was going to reinforce with those 12. Let me go ahead and keep 6 of them back because we saw that little counterattack force coming through the water. Let's bring it up here. That should be enough with a fort to defend against most everything. And then we'll send 6 more down to support these troops. So this is what's happening, though. I love it. I want him to attack into my 41 because I will then attack him with my 11 strike force, which that's not 11. That's really 22 because those are cavalry. That's actually a much bigger force than you would think, and it's faster than you would imagine as well because it's horseback. So I'm loving this game. We are now 5-4. We're at a bit of a disadvantage, but fuck it. Let's go. Italy is being pressed hard here. And one thing I did tell, I did ask Popcat, I was like, hey, move that up here because France right now, look what France is doing. France is confident. France has some guys here, right? And I'll tell you, as a person who has played France before, you put most of your men here and you don't put very many men here at all because it's just far away. And as you learn to play this game, you learn that distance is a protector. Distance is a defense. So if you have a territory that's right on the edge, and this is why I took this goddamn territory. Look at this. Look at this territory. I was going 2/3 speed along Allied territory the whole way. And then I only had to go over enemy territory for like 3 inches before I destroyed it, before I took it over. So I didn't have to walk on enemy territory for too long. But over here, we do know that if you have to go on enemy territory for any kind of distance, it gives your people time to gather and defend. But I was telling Popcat, dude, just go up there, move to here, just threaten, just be a bully, just. Oh, look at this. Okay, he's just there. So I'm, this game is fucking fascinating. I love it. It makes me want to. We're going to play this again as a practice game within the Alliance, and this is great. Let me announce this formally. Me and Benaya have made an agreement that we're going to make a 5v5 practice map, Alliance practice map, and I can do one of those per month, according to my contract as an Alliance leader. And Benaya is going to lead one. I'm going to lead the other. And we're both of us going to podcast it as we go. We're both going to cast it as we go. And then we're going to integrate that together into a 2-perspective podcast. And so I really want to coordinate with him where like I think it'd be cool if we both cast on the same day, so that what you would like at the end of this whole thing, what you as the viewer would see is on day 2 what I'm thinking as my coalition leader, and what all my guys are doing, and what he's doing, what Benai is doing as a coalition leader, and what all his guys are doing on day 2, say. Then day 4, same. What I'm doing, what I think they're doing, what he's doing, what he thinks they're doing. And early in the game, I would think we would only share the video with our own coalition members for unity purpose. But then by the end of it, I would want to collate it. I want to put it all together and release it as one playlist. And I think that would be so cool, because you as the viewer would go between one coalition leader's vision and what's going on the map, and then to the other, which is an entirely different vision, but the same map, you know? And then as we progress through the game, you'd be able to see whose plans are coming to fruition and whose plans are being destroyed and what dumb luck happens here. And, you know, so I'm actually pretty excited about that coming up. That is a practice alliance game that's coming up. So what we are looking for is 2 teams of 5, I believe, to play on Benaya's or my team. I will say up front, I'm just going to be honest, you're probably better playing on Benaya's team than mine. You know, I am the personality at the middle of this channel, but I am also somebody who's played this game for just under a year. And, you know, also I have a lot of other things on my mind that I'm dealing with right now. I might have mentioned that my mom was sick with cancer, but she's doing better now. I've switched careers. I'm done with teaching junior high math. Like, who would have thought? You'd think you'd want to teach junior high math forever, you know? Oh, junior high, they want to know math, don't they? Yeah, that's number 1. That's number 1 on their list. I remember being in junior high. I was like, oh, I want to kiss a girl, I want to see some tits, and I want to learn algebra. Those are my top 3 right there. But anyway, it does seem like it's going to be really fun. And Benaya sent me over a test video that he had made, and it's good. Like, he's good. He has the demeanor, he has the equipment, and so that's going to kind of be fun. I think that's the next thing we can look forward to on this channel. And yes, it will only be 10 of us that can do this, because any experience like this is going to be limited. And I've got to figure out a way to do a lottery or something possibly related to activity in the group. So let me just tell you my breakdown. In fact, I wanted to make like a graphic with all of our top players in this coalition. So let me just share that with you right now. So my graphic would be, I'm King Spankerton, and the graphic I love for King Spankerton is, it's so terrible. If you've ever seen 30 Rock, Paul Rubens, who is Pee-wee from the Pee-wee Big Adventure, Paul Rubens plays this like Eastern European king who is inbred so badly that he like he has rotting teeth. One of his hands is like a ceramic doll hand. Look, it's great. That's who I vision myself being. That's my avatar, you know. But then I'd love to make sort of this this video of all of our top players. So Papa Smitty, to me, is like a fucking hardened GI, you know, like the cigar clenched in his jaw, and you know, machine gun like Rambo style, you know, but it's black and white because it's World War I. So I don't even know if they had machine guns back then, you know. But we've got Harcold, we've got Popcat, we've got Benaya, we've got Power of Us, you know. And I know I'm leaving people out, and I don't want to, but I'm just saying, like, I think we can put together sort of a who's who of our channel so far. And I know I'm leaving people out, and I feel bad about it because it's actually late at night. I do most of my streaming late at night after my wife goes to bed, because I'll be honest with you, we have dinner and we snuggle and watch shows together. So fuck off if you don't think that's cool, because it's the coolest thing I've ever heard of. It's not. Anyway, but so I come down here to my studio after she goes to sleep, and I do my games, and then wake up at fucking 5:30 in the morning, which, as of now, I want to say is probably about 5.5 hours away. Yep. All right. Who needs sleep? Sleeping's for losers. So anyway, as I was mentioning, just in general, it's going to be fun. We're going to move forward with these sort of integrated games. I love the idea of casting from two different viewpoints, and then I love the idea of integrating them. So on this channel, what I would do, I feel like, would be like day 2 me, day 2 Benaya, day 4 me, day 4 Benaya, and that's how you would view it as a content consumer. There, you would just, as they come out, you would view them from both sides and see what's going on both sides and see what's going on with both teams. And you'd be able to see misconceptions and misunderstandings. We're not going to share this information with each other, just FYI. We wanted to make it as real of an actual experience as we can. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to watch his cast. He's not going to watch mine. And I think the safest way to do that probably would be to just store them up and release them all at once at the end. The other cool thing about these smaller maps, though, is that they don't take forever. Like Papa Smitty was talking about the fact that you can only really get to a full player's potential if you look at a 500-player map. And that's true, because then you're talking about through the whole game. You're looking at everything. You're looking at popularity, morality. You're looking at their economy game. You're looking at their buildup and how they expand. You have to balance expansion versus economics, and so by the time you get to that end game, it really becomes that sort of exponential explosion for the people who have done it right. And so he's right on those smaller maps, those 5v5 tournament duel maps. You're not going to get that, but what you will get is games that can be cast within a month. So there is that thing. It's like they're a little bit faster, just a tiny bit faster. So I don't know. I'm going to try to mix it up. I'm going to try to do both. I want to have like a good 500-player game going, which is just like epic and stacks of 5,000 infantry, or fighting with, 2,000 infantry and 70 heavy tanks. I want those big stacks, late game things to be happening. I think that's important and it's fun. But I also do want some rotations of quicker games so that lots of people in this alliance can have a chance to play. Nobody wants to sit on the bench. So that's kind of the goal coming up. All right, I've talked way too long for this game, but thanks for checking in. When Harkold died early because of that early game aggression, it was a little bit depressing. But this is fun. Something's happening here, I don't know what's happening. Probably nothing. Oh, and as I get closer, I see that's a level 2 fort. No, I don't know that. I don't know that because I'm not within his vision. But there's at least a fort there, and there's somebody in it. So we'll see what happens. All right. Anyway, thanks for checking in, guys. This is our Alliance Duel, and I'm having fun. I hope you are too. All right, guys. Adios, amigo.